situation here. KiFireE wins this next game. He will be your StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm champion. Gamers Forgiving 2014. eNtitY not out of it just yet. What would you like to see out of eNtitY going into Game 3 here?
I think we've got to see Stargate out of eNtitY. We've got to see something different. KiFireE kind of has his number a little bit at the moment. eNtitY was able to win the first game, but the last game just did not look comfortable at all. But going into Polar Night here, I mean, this is a really cool map for Stargate play. There's
I see what you did
so
there.
much room behind the main base. You can hide a Stargate literally anywhere. Where on a lot of maps it's really predictable, and if the player gets out and scouts those common locations, it's really easy to see, and it really sets you behind.
Yes, I mean, Stargate is fun to watch. As much as we keep harping on it, I mean, it's a good opening build order in PvP. If you get an early Oracle out, send that right to your opponent's mineral line, you can get a lot of damage done if they're caught off guard, and Oracles can have relevance as the game goes along. So here we are. Game number 3, StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm Grand Finals. Bottom middle hand location. A lot of people like to call it the 6 o'clock. We have the red Protoss player, eNtitY, and who do we got in the top middle?
In the top 12 o'clock position, it is the teal Protoss. It is KiFireE. And as you said, everything on the line for eNtitY right now. So he's got to pull out his best build order that he has in his back pocket and use it right now.
Yes, that is absolutely what needs to happen.
And you know, the interesting thing we haven't really seen in any of these games is we haven't really seen a whole lot of mind games, and I feel like that's the theme of PvP these days.
I know, right?
It's, you know, it's tricking your when the scout comes in, doing something to convince them of something else and canceling it as soon as they leave and surprising them completely with something different.
Just proxy everything.
You know,
that's my general rule.
It seems like in a lot of these tournaments that we've had lately, especially with the higher end players, we really haven't seen, especially in PvP, just really hasn't been all that much cheesy play. It's been fairly straightforward, fairly standard play.
Which is fine. I mean, I like seeing the crazy base trade proxy stuff, though.
eNtitY does have a probe headed across the map, and he's going right towards the back. He's going to be putting that pylon down, and this is going to be a proxy Stargate.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so what we're going to look out for here, KiFireE is a smart player, I promise. So what he's going to be looking out for, scout with this probe, he's going to be looking at pylons. If you're what you're doing as a Protoss player when you're scouting right now, first look at the gases, see how many gases they have, see how much gas they're mining. So he's going to see, okay, he has 3 guys in this gas, he has 3 guys in this gas. Now he's going to look for pylons. He sees 1. You're going to be looking for 3 pylons. If there's not 3 pylons, if there's not 2 pylons, okay, he's making a second one, then you know your opponent is proxying something. Also going to look at how much chrono boost he has. So can he identify that there's a lack of 3 pylons and that his opponent is doing a proxy Stargate play?
I don't know if you can necessarily guarantee it, because, I mean, we've seen eNtitY play a lot, and he a lot of times will put a pylon in a corner of his base to hide a Twilight Council and do DT things as well. And he didn't really scout eNtitY's base super thoroughly, so he left kind of some of the corners unturned. But, I mean, that's the most important thing, is counting for those pylons. So he might know something is up, or at least keep an ay out for it, but we'll see what his reactions are.
Okay, so Mothership Core is going to be made here. What KiFireE might do is kind of scout around his main base looking for any sort of proxy shenanigans. We already see this probe. Look at this path he went on, all the way along this left-hand location. He smells something is a little bit off here.
He's definitely looking, and he did have a Stalker just pop out. We'll see what he does with that. It looks like he's moving it towards the front of his base. If he is curious about this, he'll be keeping it towards the back here, but it looks like he is going to send this probe right by the Stargate, but is he going to see it on the path it's on? Is he going to see it?
Oh, my God.
Oh, just barely catches
it on the edge of his vision. So KiFireE knows exactly what's happening. He's even going to see the Oracle getting chrono boosted out here. He's even going to see the Oracle being chrono boosted out here.
Or is eNtitY just going to abandon it
He's
altogether?
even going to see the Oracle being chrono boosted out here. There we go. Oracle being chrono boosted out here by eNtitY. The pro's going to see it, and from here, Stalkers. You got to get Stalkers out. The first step is identifying the proxy Oracle play. Second step is protecting your valuable probes from getting absolutely decimated. But KiFireE doing a great job identifying
So he is going to get this out. So he's just going to use this to keep KiFireE busy for a little while, because if you look at his base, he does have warp gates that's not too far behind KiFire's. So the Oracle does pop out just before it. And that's actually really close before that pylon goes down. So he's going to use this. KiFireE does have 2 Stalkers in his main base, so he's going to be pretty safe against this. But it's going to prevent him from moving across the map to put much aggression onto eNtitY.
Yep. So from here, you want to keep that Oracle alive. That's pretty important. You're always going to be wanting to try to sneak in, get some probes done. As you said, try to prevent your opponent from pushing across the map. And also, he's using this to place down a natural expansion. I love that move. He knows his opponent is at home. He knows he's pretty safe against that aggression. But KiFireE, at the same time, placing a pylon across the map, which means he can start warping units and being annoying in his opponent's mineral line.
And KiFire's warp gate is done. eNtity's now just finishing, so he's going to be opening up his warp gates. Did put that chrono boost on just to wind it up. 4 stalkers and a mothership core headed across the map from KiFiRE. So eNtity's going to have to pull all of his thoughts together to defend this, because this is going to be a little bit of a troubling push from KiFiRE. But he does have his mothership core there.
Sentry! Stay alive, Sentry! You need to stay alive, my friend. Okay, he's going to get up to the high ground. He's going to be fine. What? Look at this. KiFiRE immediately pushing across the map, and the Oracle could be in his opponent's mineral line. I don't know what the Oracle's doing. He's just over here. He's going to come back and try to defend. Nexus, you don't want to have to cancel that, but that's a lot of stalkers. I don't know if eNtitY has what it takes to defend this.
I don't think eNtity's going to be able to get that Nexus up, but he does have the Sentry in his main base, so he will be able to hold those stalkers out for a little bit. He does have the Robo. That is about half done, so he's going to be able to get some Immortals out here. But
Force field! Okay.
Oh, missed it just a little bit. One stalker squeezing through, but it looks like no more are going to be able to make it, so that will lower the numbers a little bit. Does still have the energy on the mothership core to put down the photon overcharge.
He just lost a Sentry and an Oracle. That's not a fun thing to have happen. Now KiFire's up 47-35, and again, guys, grand final, Gamers Gaming 2014, StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. KiFiRE, if he wins this game, he will go home with $500. That's about 200 McDonald's cheeseburgers. I'm terrible at math. It's not.
Immortal being chrono boosted out. eNtitY does have a chance of defending this. I mean, he's pushing it back. Oh, mothership core does go down for KiFiRE. That's kind of a big deal.
It is. Okay, KiFiRE behind this, adding on a Robo, staying extra safe. Doesn't want any scary cloak stuff coming and ruining his day. One stalker trying to squeeze by, gets by with 2 HP, and Immortal is out here for eNtitY. And that's going to be nice when your opponent has a lot of stalkers. You want that Immortal. That'll help you out a lot. Even chrono boosting out another one, but KiFiRE, does he smell blood?
I don't think he has enough energy for another force field just yet, but that Immortal is going to make KiFiRE think twice about moving up this ramp.
Maybe 3 times.
The second Immortal is come out. Once that second Immortal comes out, KiFiRE is not going to be able to move up this super easily, especially since he doesn't have the mothership core, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and expand, so eNtitY is going to be able to defend this. It was looking pretty scary there for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, he is going to defend this, but a very important thing about all of this is that KiFiRE, oh, the force field on the ramp is going to exist. Great force field there from KiFiRE. One stalker getting taken down. Actually, 3 stalkers taken. That Immortal already paying for itself. And that kind of started out great.
That Immortal really allowed the stalkers of eNtitY to do a lot of damage, while the Immortal, he didn't even get to kill it, so that was
as good as, I mean, the force shield from KiFiRE is going to be very happy about, but eNtitY did great micro there to make it great. So what's important here, though, KiFiRE got the natural down. eNtitY does not have a natural expansion, so it looks like he has to make a decision. Does he put down a Nexus right now, or does he go for the kill? eNtitY, Blink Stalker. Blink is halfway done. He's not adding on any additional probes, not adding on an expansion. He's going to go for the throw to KiFiRE. He wants to counter. He wants to win. KiFiRE back home has a mothership core. Photon Overcharge will be available on this natural expansion.
We do have a Warp Prism heading across the map, and what is inside that? Just 2 Zealots. So a little bit of harassment. This is going to make eNtitY think twice about moving out, and when he does move in, it is going to do a little bit of damage to his economy. And, you know, like you said, not adding on any probes.
It's a lot of units.
Going to need all of that, but he's pushing out across the map. This is going to be the game.
There's no Photon Overcharge. eNtity's backing up, though. eNtitY, don't back up, man. Come on. You can be aggressive here. Yeah, you kind of have to be, man.
Kind of has to make this happen.
You got to go to
He's waiting for his pylon to finish. He needs to be able to warp in, but that
nice Photon Overcharge.
Photon Overcharge goes down, shoves that Warp Prism away. Didn't really get much damage on half health down on a probe, but he's warping in stalkers now to put the pressure onto KiFiRE, but he knows that Warp Prism is on the field now.
Okay, KiFiRE's a little bit nervous here. He needs to defend this attack. eNtitY needs to make this work. However, this timing would have been a little bit better if it hit a little bit sooner. That
Colossus
Jose
now
Phoenix
just popping out for KiFiRE too, so that's going to be a big deal as he doesn't have range yet.
Does he back up here? Decent force field there from KiFiRE, but some decent damage being outputted here from eNtitY. What is he targeting down? It looks like getting the Zealots first, trying to go after that Colossus. KiFiRE with some great micro, pulling that Colossus away, but does eNtitY have too much? As it stands, KiFiRE up 69-43 in that supply. Meanwhile, War Prism dropping down 2 Zealots in the main base. Photon Overcharge is available, going to be deployed, but not enough damage has been done at the front door of KiFiRE. His natural expansion is down, which means he's going to have a great economy. Photon Overcharge is still around too at the natural expansion, and KiFiRE has the tech advantage with that Colossus on the field, looking great here to defend.
Photon Overcharge really made the difference in that push by eNtitY. He looked like the forces were pretty even. He may have been able to push in if that extra damage wasn't there, but now that the Colossus is out, KiFiRE is making his own Immortals, so the Blink Stalkers of eNtitY aren't going to be as useful. And looking at the economy, I mean, it is double for KiFiRE right now. eNtitY putting down a natural expansion, but will that work out? Pushing in again, targeting down the Colossus, does get that down. That's important if he can just keep these as many units alive as possible.
Force fields going down, trying to trap those stalkers. Traps in Immortal. Great force fields there from KiFiRE. Immortal, let me live. Not going to happen. And now only 4 stalkers remaining here.
And
There's the GG. KiFiRE is your champion of the Heart of the Swarm Gamers for Giving 2014 tournament. Taking home $500. Only dropping 1 map on his way to total and complete victory. And KiFiRE remains the defending champion, not only of Gamers for Giving, but of Michigan.
And
he's not lost in Michigan, man.
He hasn't. And then a big round of applause to eNtitY, too, taking home $300, I believe, for second place. eNtitY, another local great player we see at a lot of events. So definitely a good tournament we had today. Great turnout, a lot of people. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
I think eNtitY still gets a good amount of cash. Was it 200 or 300?
I think it's 2 or 3.
Somewhere around there. A good amount of cash going to be given there to eNtitY for winning. KiFiRE, of course, taking home $500. Such great play. And to kind of talk about that last game there. eNtitY going for that proxy Stargate. I kind of like that. We were talking about how good Stargate is in PvP nowadays, but KiFiRE did a great job scouting his opponent. He saw the timing of that second pylon. He's like, wait, that's a little weird. And it was weird because there was already a second pylon on the ground across the map. KiFiRE able to identify that, scouted around, spotted that Stargate, able to mitigate any damage from that Oracle, fended it off, and then the next important thing, holding off that aggression. That Blink Immortal all-in type play, did a great job there while dropping Zealots out of that War Prism, and from there, coasting to that victory of the tournament. Great play there from KiFiRE throughout.
Yeah, that hold by eNtitY was really something special. I mean, I didn't think he was going to have that, but but behind that, you know, KiFiRE didn't really need to win there because he was going for the Colossus behind it. So, I mean, it's kind of like game 1 for eNtitY. He got that Colossus out, and that was just the difference. And as eNtitY pushed in, it's really trying to focus down that Colossus that really allowed the rest of the damage to just kind of wreck down on eNtitY there.
eNtitY got a little bit further behind, tried to make it work, but KiFiRE a little bit too good with his defense. So again, KiFiRE taking home $500 in the StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm Champion tournament. He is your defending champion of Gamers for Giving 2014. We're going to be finishing up here with StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. Coming up next, we got the Call of Duty Championship match coming your way. I know you guys are looking out for that. I think Golden Boy and Hastro are going to be on stage here commentating that. So definitely stay tuned, and remember, keep donating to an awesome cause. GamersOutreach.org, the charity initiative, awesome to support. Again, we're sending care packages to soldiers overseas, and of course, giving those portable gaming carts to the kids in the hospitals to help get a little bit more fun in their lives. Of course, it's been AxelToss, joined by Wingnut. Anything you want to say to the viewers before we hand it over to our Call of Duty commentators?
Thanks for having me up here. Appreciate it. It's a great event. Support Gamers for Giving. Follow us. Check us out at SC2 CTL is the league we cast on a regular basis. StarCraft 2 Community Team League. Sick. Appreciate it. It's a pleasure being here with you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was awesome. Again, that's Wingnut. I'm AxelToss. Thank you guys so much for watching StarCraft 2 Heart of the Storm. Remember, Arcade is now free in Heart of the Storm, so go check it out. Go try out StarCraft. It's a lot of fun, I promise. It's a little bit scary at first.
It really opens it up.
It does open it up, but StarCraft 2 a little bit scary. Don't be intimidated. It'll be fine. Just play. It's a lot of fun. That being said, time for the championships. Call of Duty here at Gamers for Giving 2014. Thanks for watching StarCraft 2. KiFiRE, your champion. Golden Boy and Hastro coming up next in Call of Duty. See you later.